Alright, here's a quick video for you. I'm going to be making a parting tool out of this mess. This is high-speed steel slitting saw, so it'll cut steel, no worries. And it's titanium nitrate coated, so it'll last longer. It's also taper ground, so this part is thinner than the edge, which gives it clearance so it won't rub. And I've got a lot of teeth to index around, so if one gets blunt I can just index it and it'll start cutting on the next tooth, which I think is really cool. Most parting tools are about 3mm or 1/8. They can get bigger, they probably get smaller too, but most of them are about 3mm. So I'm going to chuck this in the lathe, turn it down to fit that, and there'll be just a tiny little shoulder that this will be sitting on. Then I'll have to make a sort of cup washer and drill this to 11, turn this to 11, drill and tap this to M8, put it in there, give it a little weld from behind. Then I can make a little catch on the back here to catch one of these teeth so it won't spin on me. So let's get started. Always wear your safety glasses. Beautiful. Looks like it's going to be a 10mm. I just had a thought of how I can attach this. So if I turn this shoulder down, turn this little shoulder down so it's flush with that. Square up this end. Yeah. I'm going to have it as a pull through. So the bolt will go in here. It'll pull this tight up against the tool. And that fits beautifully on there. So when I cut this off, there'll be a little thing on it. And then when I tighten the bolt up on this side, it'll pull tension, pull this up against the bar, and then all I have to do is make a little stop for it. I'm so glad this lathe has an auto feed in it, which is pretty cool for a 1977 lathe. It's 10.1. There we go. That's the ticket right there. Drill a hole. I'm going to reduce this down. There we go. That'll do it. I'm not going to cut this off until it's tapped. The bolt doesn't need to be that long, just as long as it's like, you know, up to here. It can go all the way through. Let's get to tapping this thing. Next thing I'm going to make for the lathe is a center, either live or dead. I just need a center on it, because that'll help with tapping. This tapping tool, 99% of tapping tools have a center in the back of them, so you can put it on the lathe and start your hole dead straight. Looks pretty good. I'm going to chop it off in the bandsaw. And I'll put it back in the lathe. And then clean up the face that I've just cut. Beautiful. Right, I'm pretty confident in my ability to sharpen drill bits. So this is my center punch mark. No pilot hole, 7mm. Straight in. Yep. Tiny bit of lube on it. This is also the drill bit I used to drill out the bit I turned in the lathe. So it's not freshly sharpened, it's been used. That should do it. Bam! Didn't take long. Clean through it. Now go back in with the 10mm after I clean out all this stuff. Well, let's start to assemble this thing. So it goes in there. Clean it a little bit. You might notice the band-aid on my thumb. There's a bit of blood coming out of it. I did that yesterday morning. So it's been well over 24 hours. And it's quite a nasty little gash I gave myself. I slipped with the hammer. My thumb was silly enough to get between the hammer and a piece of steel. And it's all swollen and bruised, and there's a gash down here, right on the knuckle, right there. And it hurts so bad. But it is what it is. Can't stop for a sore thumb. So I go like that. This will come in from this side. Probably end up putting a washer on it, or I might change to a cap head, so an Allen key style one. And I might end up putting a grub screw in there because this thing's spinning on me. Or I could put a slot in there and screw it over. So, but that's the gist of it. So now what I need is something to stop this from spinning when I'm trying to use it to cut. Ideally, I'd want something with this tooth profile in it, so to grab more than one tooth. So I might do that in a piece of plate, just with the angle grinder. Just do some little groovy grooves. And there it is. So all I did was get a piece of flat steel, scrub these teeth in it, and then cut it out with the angle grinder. Welded it on there, because why not? Slotted that, shortened this bolt with a washer on it. I just measured it. I can part steel solid up to 30mm, just under 1.25 or about 1.25 I reckon. 31 point something is 1.25. But all I'll be parting off for now is this. It's not very big. So I'm gonna make 4 more of these with a mini hot rod. So I'll get it all set up, and then we'll see this thing in action, and hope it works. All right, here we go. I'm not sure what speed to run this on, so I'm just going to go with what I've got, which is, I'm going to guess to be 350 to 500 RPM. No idea. A little bit of lube on it. And then just slowly get to cutting. I'd say that's too fast. You see what the issue is there? Missing a tooth. That was way too fast. So I've got it slowed right down. Now I'm going to index it and try again. It's as easy as that to index it. It's hard to get you in a good posi. Yes. That's a whole lot slower. There goes another tooth. Hooray! There it is. I think I know what the issue is. Right. So I think the issue is the position of this. So there's two busted teeth there. One there, one there, one there. I think it was trying to pull itself in against the lead screw. There is a little bit of play in this lead screw. I think if I raise this up a good chunk, then it will be more on the center where it's meant to be cutting instead of up here. I think there was too much hook. It's hard to get my hands in there. Too much hook, so I was trying to bite too much. And it would load up and then break the tip. And when it was cutting on this one, it was rubbing on the back. So it was barely cutting on it. Or was it cutting on that one? Might have been cutting on that one. But that's where it should be. It should be more, the face of the tooth should be more horizontal to the cut. That's what I'm getting at. So I'm going to lift it up and try again. Alright, I'm going to lift it up. Let's try again. Now the issue is there's nowhere for the chips to go, and it's building up in there and then blocking it. So I'm going to turn it to this single one. So the single one's cutting. I have a lot more room for the chips to be expelled. Rotate it around, one more tooth. There we go. Oops. Yep, I got a bit too greedy with that. It was cutting beautifully. All these pretty little ribbons coming off it, and then bam! Son of a you-know-what. Well, it's going to take a bit of figuring out how to use this thing properly, but I'd call it a success. It's not a straight-out failure, which I was half expecting it to be. Especially not knowing exactly how these things should work. I guess that's why most parting tools are, 3 mil thick. But keep trying. All that racket is the tooth that broke off was in there, and then it broke the next tooth off. I've got a couple more of these saws, but I don't want to go through them that quick. Grrr. We even got bigger ones. I'm going to save those for the milling machine. Right, one more time. It's so close to cutting through as well. Let's see if we can cut this one all the way through without breaking something. did it without breaking anything. I call that a win. A big old win. The chips coming off this thing is cool. That's a piece there. Just little ribbons of that curling up out from the cut. I am pleased. Very happy. I now have a parting tool. And when I break a tooth off, there's always the one behind it. Thanks for watching.